What is going on, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, as always, Unknown Factions, and thank you for joining me for some more Valheim. Now today I'm going to be showing y'all how to build an underground forge room with automated smelters to feed it. But first, if you're new here, do consider subscribing as I am cranking out Valheim content weekly, and of course, smash that like button so your boy can get a little promotion. But with that out the way, let us begin. So as you can see, I just left up out of the forge room, and now we are wandering up top, where the next build is going to take place on top of this, making this the basement underground forge room for the next build. But there we have our automated smelters, as you can see, fed by the elevated kilns right to it, with the ore being smelted and dropped into the basement below. So to get started, we're just gonna clear us out a 7x4 hole, and as you can see, I've already had a little platform built for a build, that I just hadn't got to yet. But now we're just gonna punch straight down, going about 3 blocks down, just to give our Viking a little bit of headroom when we're down in the basement, and not going too wide, as I'm not trying to make this too big to have a lot of support, because you can only build so wide over a gap with stone. Now we're just gonna wall this in real fast like that, and then after you get done running around the side, you could go with stone, you could go with wood floor. That's what I went, of course. I'm gonna leave a little space off the floor in case I want to drop a fire down there or do something, just leaving a little space to be creative with. But after you wall it and floor it in, we're gonna run straight across the roof with the wood iron. Now you could do this as well with the iron cage and hide it inside the stone, and you wouldn't see this iron support bottom that's going to be underneath the stone. But I mean, that's just another way to do it. I'm doing it like this because this is how I always do it. So then we're just going to lace the floor with stone real fast, run all the way down, and this will add cover to you and stop rain. If you didn't know, just building roofs out of stone works just like roofing. Fix that one real fast, and bada boom, now we have a box underground. So let's add some stairs to get up out of this piece. Alright, grab some wood stairs. Probably, yeah, we just definitely gonna have to clear some headroom. Add some extra support to this block. Boom, knock that away. And come back down with some wood floor. We're gonna make this just like a semi-spiral staircase. So we're gonna kind of spin it back towards that wall over there, and then come around, and we'll use the space underneath it as like an extra storage room, kind of like the Harry Potter room, and you can just throw some excess chests in there and whatnot. And here we go, just like that. Looking good, mate. Alright, now let's just wall this off. Bada boom, bada bing, and there you go. Alright, now let's just create our little storage room right here. So I'm going to come straight across. And this, of course, just adds a little more dimension to it. If you go too boxish, everything just kind of looks plain Jane. So you gotta switch it up every now and again. Going straight right there. We could have leveled it out and made the headspace higher in there, but then it feels less like a crawl space when you go in there. So, boom. And just slap this up right here, give us a little guardrail. We could wall that all off, but I like that, kind of just like a peak when you walk down. Beautiful. Add some walls right here, and as you see, those 26-degree side walls right there fit perfect on the stairs. And boom, now we have our cupboard for extra space. And now we have completed our forge room, and the only thing left to do in here is fill that hole and add a forge in here. So you'll be able to add all your upgrades and stuff down there, and if you don't have room, you can always expand for more. So next we are going to center off our our smelters up top above our forge room right here. Now just keeping a mental note, I know that's where I stopped, was 2 blocks away from that. No real marker up here for it, so I'm just kind of winging it. And I'm going to make a little cross, a 5x5 cross, and I'm going to separate them by 3 boards. Yeah, 3 boards. Yeah, 2 boards. And we're just going to repeat. And you knock the center one out, and just dupe it over. Place them right in the center. Just kind of, you're going to have to free place it, it won't snap. So free place it as best you can, and then we're gonna come around and just round these out. And what I'm doing right here, I'm just making a little wooden platform to connect these guys with. I'm gonna make a small little porthole for the ore to fall through, so that you won't mistakenly fall down through the hole, and it just looks better on a hole once you get done wrapping both of these around. And then we're gonna conjoin them afterwards, after we make our little portholes for the ore to fall through after it's smelted. So as you can see, we're popping our little holes right here on the sides, taking out 3 of these wood boards, and then we're going to take out 1 of the stone on each side. Boom, just like that. And then we're going to come back with the 2x1 and fill this side over here. Boom. And then we're going to just take our wooden platforms, and we're going to come back and just finish those off and connect both these sides together. As you can see, already coming together, looking beautiful. Boom, just like that. And as you can see, the ore is dropping perfectly down beneath. Now we just need to set it up to where we can have our charcoal drop right next to this. And this should be noted too, that you don't really need to use iron right here. As you can see, I'm building a little frame up to be able to place stone on if you don't have a raised ground wall right there, because you could just place the stone right out of that raised ground wall and it would be grounded, and you can of course put a charcoal kiln on that. So if you're not into iron yet, you could always use that option. And boom. And as you can see, I came down a little bit just because we want the charcoal kiln to be reachable from the ground, and if you go up those full 2 blocks, you will not be able to reach it from the ground. So keep that in mind too when you're placing your kiln next to it. And as you can see, now we're just going to come up high and get some stone on this bad boy. Boom, because you do have to have the kiln on stone. You can't get it on iron. I've tried a bunch. No, yeah, right about there. We just want the charcoal to bounce off the side right there. And this one, of course, is facing the right way where you can get the coal right into it. We would have to spin the other smelter around to have the charcoal bouncing on the right side, but it's okay. You can just walk around it. You know, it's still literally landing right there. This one's landing perfect. I just wanted both the ore to be smelting into the same side. But there you have it. After you go around and you wrap it up, you know, a little bit of fine touches. I do plan on encasing these in 2 kind of cylinder buildings and making this the refinery workshop. You know, we'll build a nice overhead medieval style workshop building over here above the basement, pardon me, and then we're gonna come through and make these kind of just like 2 refinery style buildings with blast furnace on top pumping smoke. And lastly, I do have a new dedicated server going live this Thursday night, so if you guys want to join us for a fresh playthrough of Valheim and help build this new community server up, I would greatly appreciate it, and you are all welcomed, all experience levels. Join the Gilded link down below in the description to get more details. And I will catch you folks in the next one.